5 lies used by Zionist Israel to occupy Palestine. 1. They were disappointed by the good news that Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, had given them about the coming of a messenger, prophet, from their group whose behavior was similar to Moses. It turned out that the messenger was not from the Israelites, Isaac, but from the descendants of Ishmael, peace be upon him, both sons of Prophet Abraham, peace be upon him, namely Muhammad, peace be upon him. In the book The Testament of Moses, it is stated that Moses gave a book to his follower, Joshua, Uziah, ibn Nun, before his death. The book states that a long-awaited prophet would appear with power bestowed upon him by God 250 weeks after the death of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. In Jewish belief, 1 week is interpreted as 7 years. Moses said that the prophet would not appear until 250 weeks had passed from the time of Moses' death, or after 251 weeks. So, if multiplied by 7 years, that period would be 1,750 to 1,757 years later. The book, discovered in 1861 CE in Milan, Italy, at the Ambrosian Library, states that the prophet Moses, peace be upon him, died in 1183 BC. If this number is added to the year of the Common Era, the birth of the prophet Jesus, the birth year of the final prophet is between 567 and 574 CE. Who was he? Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who was born on April 21, 571 CE. The Torah and the Gospel mention that the final prophet's name is Ahmed. Christians interpret the coming of the final prophet as the second appearance of Jesus. The Jews, the children of Israel, then directed their anger at Muslims, because the final prophet belongs to Muslims for the benefit of humanity worldwide. The only thing they, Israel, can do is to the Palestinian people. Because, according to them, Jerusalem in Palestine is the land promised to them by God. 2. This is why the Israelis continually attack Palestine and attempt to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque. They believe that Solomon's Temple is the current Al-Aqsa Mosque. This is because that is where Solomon's Temple was once located. They believe that beneath the Al-Aqsa Mosque lies the Ark, a box containing the Torah and several belongings of Moses, Aaron, and Solomon, which brings peace. In Jewish belief, whoever finds and obtains the Ark will rule the entire world. For this reason, Israel is constantly digging and tunneling beneath the Al-Aqsa Mosque in search of the Ark. According to Mustafa Lutfi, in his article Ramadan and the Cry of Al-Aqsa, Israeli Zionists have excavated the holy city of Al-Quds 10 times, following the defeat of the Arab nations in the Six-Day War in June 1967. Furthermore, Israel believes that before the Al-Aqsa Mosque was built, this was the site of Solomon's Temple. According to the Jewish version, Solomon's Temple is a symbol of power, making it very useful in the current international situation. They believe the foundations of Solomon's Temple lie in the Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's not Al-Aqsa that is at issue, but rather the symbolism of Solomon's Temple. 3. As Paul Findlay points out, there are also theological claims. Theological claims support the establishment of the State of Israel, based on Old Testament texts in Genesis 12:7, 15:18-21, and the Book of Joshua. Zionist figure Theodore Herzl outlined that Israel's territory stretched from Upper Egypt to the Euphrates. Ben-Gurion stated that Israel's territory encompassed 5 regions: southern Lebanon, southern Syria, Transjordan, Palestine, and Sinai, Egypt. Rabbi Yehuda Fishman, speaking at the UN Special Committee of Inquiry on July 9, 1947, stated that Israel's territory stretched from Upper Egypt to the Euphrates, encompassing Lebanon and Syria. This Israeli claim was strongly contested by Paul Findlay and Roger Garroey. According to both, the Jewish people, Israel, were not the first inhabitants of Palestine. Nor did they rule there during the reign of other nations. Modern archaeologists generally agree that the Egyptians and Canaanites, Palestinians, have inhabited the region of Palestine since ancient times, around 3000 BC to 1700 BC. 4. The Balfour Declaration. When Palestine was ruled by the Ottoman Empire, 1876 to 1909 AD, the Jews continued to try to seize the territory from this power. Israeli Zionist figure, Theodore Herzl, tried to persuade Sultan Abdul Hamid II to return Palestine to Israel. This request was flatly rejected by Sultan Abdul Hamid II. Failing to gain concessions from the Ottoman Empire, the Jews rallied international support to succeed the Zionist mission, establishing a Jewish state in Palestine. Primary support came from Britain, leading to the issuance of the Balfour Declaration, named after British Foreign Secretary Arthur James Balfour, on November 2, 1917, to President